Sea turtle nesting season begins, and our very own Wes Small caught up with National Park Services at the Buccaneer Hotel.
Today we're here at Buccaneer in the Mermaid Restaurant, and it's all about the sea turtles. I'm here with the chief engineer.
Yes, it's the Chief of Resource Management and Research. It's a mouthful.
That's easy for you to say.
I know it is.
No, the very beautiful, lovely Elizabeth Armstrong of the Buccaneer.
Thank you, Miss.
Always a pleasure. And you have a whole team here today, and it looks like you're talking about Buck Island and some other useful things. So why don't you get us started with exactly what's going on?
This morning we wanted to acknowledge our long-term partners, which is the Buccaneer Hotel. They've been working with the National Park Service on sea turtles for, I think, Elizabeth, I've almost lost track, at least 15 years. Her inner staff, the staff that keeps our research volunteers fed and housed. We wanted to acknowledge them, also introduce our 2008 research team, including my staff, biologist Ian Lundgren, and then the research assistants about to St. Croix with us. That's what we hear about, and also to get out that seasonal message about sea turtles because they are back in nest in St. Croix.
About now, exactly how do we stand with our sea turtles and the endangerment and everything? Are people behaving? And tell us about the fines and everything else.
Well, really, that's not, I can't really just use some of the fine aspect of it. The most important thing to realize is that St. Croix, as we've been discovering, working with the Buccaneer, working at Buck Island Reef, is that the sea turtles are returning because of our conservation efforts. It's not something they're doing on their own. It is because we are better protecting the beaches, we're reducing the predation and the poaching, we are making sure that they have good nesting habitat, so that we have issues with coral reef, which also in the water quality, which we're working on. So in the meantime, as we're protecting the nests that have been laid, improving the hatch success, the numbers of hatchlings off the beaches here in St. Croix, it takes an enormous amount of time, unbeknownst to us, even the research biologists. It's 25 to 30 years for a sea turtle to reach sexual maturity. So if you take, either by an accidental boat hit or through poaching, if you take an adult female you have removed from that population an animal in place for 30 years. Wow, is exactly right. So when those hatchlings are coming off the beaches here or Buck Island, you're looking at something that like 1% of that seasonal hatchling group that will reach maturity. So those little babies, if they survive, 1% survives, return to our beaches, that's you're looking at a 30-year wait. Okay? So that's why it's been so slow. The impact we've had over the last 500 years, literally from the time of Columbus, in consuming sea turtles, is we've had such an impact that it is now, we're really just incrementally starting to see a little bit of improvement, meaning numbers of those returning sexually reproductive females nest on these beaches. But St. Croix is a real focal point for hawksbills and greens and leatherbacks in the Caribbean. And the project is now seeing, at least 100 females returning this season, whereas when Otto Trenenberg, my favorite hero of sea turtles on St. Croix, first started watching turtles at Sandy Point, there were 5, 10, 15 females. So Otto started it for Sandy Point. The Park Service, who had an important testing beach at Buck Island, again, we started in the 70s with young law enforcement ranger Joel Tutine at the time, implementing the protection for turtles out there, and here we are, 35 years later, starting to see the results of that protection. That's where we're at, and what we're doing at Buck Island and on these beaches is watching that change, watching those females return to nest and track it. How are we doing? We've got to know that because the Endangered Species Act says we need to know. If you're spending on that endangered species, we need to know where the money's going and what is the result of that effort. So Buck Island's program is our largest program. Really, as we get the most effort into it, with the support of the Buccaneer Hotel and supporting our research volunteers. And these young folks are going to be on the beach for us and monitoring the hotel beaches here from now until the middle of October.
Wonderful. All right. So goes the ecosystem. Looks like it's getting better. And any final words, Mr. Armstrong, about this project?
I would just like to say thank you to Sandy and to her team and to the entire staff of the Buccaneer, because our Buccaneer staff takes great pride in doing both to support this research initiative and to make the research volunteers feel at home and welcome as we do for all of our visitors. and also to do their part in monitoring our beaches. And we've had over the years of turtles that have made it back in the water because of alert staff members. So I know that everybody wants to do what they can to help increase these turtle populations because all of us, John and Craig, take pride in having such a special animal as our beaches every year.
Good for you and good for those lucky turtles because they came on a nice eco-friendly area. All right, we want to thank our entire staff here in the Parks and Service. Of course, you, Elizabeth, because the Buccaneers always been friendly to all of us. So you're a good neighbor.
Thank you.
All right. Here we are. You're welcome. Here we are at the Mermaid Restaurant at the Buccaneer Hotel. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.